I want to start out number 2 with something that we're seeing, and Jake Dickert talked about it in his comments on John Mateer, his star quarterback and the number 1 quarterback in the portal right now, entering the transfer portal. He said that the timing of everything is just so off in the world of college football. And he is so right. You know, whether it is like what we talked about, signing day for high school kids being the week of conference championship games, that's lunacy.
I mean, we brought on Andrew
stupid.
Nemec literally in the middle of prepping for Big Ten championship week. Like, it was just, it doesn't, like, what is the culmination of your regular season is happening at the culmination of the biggest day for your recruiting cycle.
And so coaches have to worry about, all right, we're trying to get a first round bye in the college football playoff. We're trying to build our roster for the future as well. And we have to do this at the same time. You want to talk about, you know, Ron Swanson told Leslie Knope one time on the great show Parks and Rec, you know, don't half-ass 2 things when you can full-ass 1, right? And they're literally asking their coaches to do just that.
I never realized I stole that from him.
Now you have, in the college football playoff teams, you got Bo Perbula from Penn State. He has entered the transfer portal.
Mm-hmm.
Penn State will not have their backup quarterback who they play situationally during the college football playoff run, because Perbula is put in a place that Drew Aller comes out and says today, I'm coming back for 2025. Didn't know he was going to go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, where are you going to go, dude?
Apparently the NFL.
West Virginia?
But Drew Aller comes out, I'm returning, I'm coming back, and Perbula's like, well, I got to go find somewhere that I'm going to play because I have to have my best interests in mind too, because the transfer portal is open leading up to the college football playoff. Penn State plays a game on Saturday in the college football playoff where it's snowing. Yes.
Love to see it.
But he's not going to be in the lineup. He won't be there.
What was an interesting one is,
God forbid something happens to Drew Aller and they need a backup quarterback.
Did you know with Cam Ward's NIL deal, his NIL deal required him to play in the bowl game?
Well, okay. And there's a lot of people like, well, that's pay for play. No, it's your name, image, and likeness being
tied to.
Well, it's being promoted by a bowl game.
Yes.
Like, yeah, that makes sense. And that's, I
Because
guarantee that's why you're going to see all the Colorado players playing in that game too.
Because the branding behind it matters to the people that are paying you that money.
Yeah, because
it's a national game.
And more people watch bowl games because there's nothing on TV. Yeah. So,
but it's
as much as we make fun of them, people still watch
as
them.
Much as like we hear about the people opting out of bowl games, the NIL tie could actually be a thing that keeps them in bowl games. Now you're going to get some ones that are opting out for the NFL. Yep. Those ones, I think you're looking at that and you're going, I don't care. I'm going to the NFL. Like we're the running back for Michigan. Was it Edwards?
Loveland did it.
Loveland too.
He's opted out tight end. Yeah.
But so is the running back. And those guys are, I mean, Loveland's going to be probably the second tight end off the board.
Yeah.
Probably. So,
maybe third.
Yeah. But like
dude from Bowling Green is ridiculous too. So you got Tyler Warren.
Yeah.
You got Loveland, and then you have the Bowling Green.
That big monster. But again, like they're going to get good money.
Yeah.
They're fine.
Yeah.
But dare I say NIL is actually a good thing?
It is good
in that respect. On top of it,
100%.
Like it's good for the players. Like I look again. I am not anti-NIL for anybody who has that understanding at all. I am pro NIL. Pay the guys. They deserve the money.
Pay the man his monies.
But also, like this might actually be an added benefit of keeping most rosters together through the bowl season. You and I have talked about this a ton off air. Your proposition is to close up windows and move things around to where they make significantly more sense for schools and programs and in a roundabout way for players, because the idea that you're supposed to be doing this while teams are also shuffling and preparing for bowl games and trying to figure out who's leaving, who's going, it's like it doesn't make any sense. Like, let's move the window till after bowl season.
Well, this is what should happen. They should have a signing period before fall camp starts. So kids that want to sign know where they want to go and they are locked in. They can go through their senior year and they're locked in, done. I'm out. That's a very small portion
Yes.
of those guys.
But
there are a
get
lot
them
of
off the
them that
board.
coaches are like, cool, we got him, we're locked in, we got a guy. Your signing period for high school kids should have been last week.
Mhm.
It should have been last week. And if Army Navy, if there's anybody like, well, what about Army Navy? They're preparing for the most important game of their season. The kids that they recruit are not the same.
Yeah, they're here.
Not
they're,
the same.
They're going there.
Yeah.
Because again,
No.
Let's go back to Army Navy here real quick. Do you know what the acceptance rate is at those academies?
Very little.
It's 10%.
Yeah.
And-
That seems high.
Okay, that's 10%, but that's 10% of people who get a letter of recommendation from a sitting senator.
Yeah.
So it's a very
Ridiculous.
small number.
So you have they shouldn't be in this equation, but you put it after conference championship weekend. Then the portal opens after the bowl season is over. There is no open portal until the end of bowl season. Okay? That should be a no-brainer in the world of college football.
If you're gonna do the Bear Alexander and red shirt and take your time, you can wait the other couple weeks until the end of bowl season.
Then you open up another portal at the end of spring football.
Yeah.
So once spring football is open, you have about a 30-day window where portal is open again. Those should be the only 2 times the portal is ever open in college football.
I like it.
I mean, you get a 30-day window after the season is over. You can put your name in, you can go, and then you have a 30-day window after spring ball is over. And because for a lot of these guys, after spring ball, you get a sense of what the pecking order is, and you have guys that got to make hard decisions. After that, that should be your only 2 portal opportunities, and they should not hinder your current situation.
No.
Because this is like in the Bo Prabula situation, like he's looking out for his best interest because he has to enter the portal now for all of the teams that are not in the college football playoff that are looking for a quarterback. And he wants to have his first pick of places that he wants to go, so his hand is kind of forced into doing this
because he's looking for the NIL opportunities. He's looking for the starting job opportunity,
and he's looking for a good situation.
All of those things that you're looking for, and if you wait, teams are looking to fill very quickly because of all of the things that we just outlined.
I mean, it was a surprising one. We saw Marion Winston enter the transfer portal from Oregon. Like, they're in a college football playoff run. Marion Winston, he played an incredible game against Ohio State. He has been such a big piece of what Oregon has done defensively this year. But he's got to make his decisions too, and sometimes, the schools are making the tough decisions, and they're having to make them right now. And they have those conversations with their players during bye weeks and as the season goes on of how they're feeling, where they're at, where their head's at, and all that stuff. The portal is completely screwed up. It is good for college football players to have the ability for movement. I do believe that. But the way the calendar is set up is so broken, and they need to fix it, and they need to fix it quickly.
And here's the thing. I don't think either the players, the administrators, or the coaches like it the way that it currently is.
No.
So this shouldn't be something, when you're talking about like whether or not it's equitable to do something one way or the other, I think everyone would agree that the general proposition of what we have here is good for everyone.
Yeah. The people in charge of college football just need to shut up and fix an easy problem to fix.
Because you don't need Charlie Baker and the NCAA to come do this for you. You have the coaches, and you have you got to be careful with this because they don't want the players union to happen. But you have the players, like you reach out to the players and be like, guys, do you want this? Because we can all come together and we can just agree to this. We can make this happen as long as everybody gets in on this. The problem is then you get to what Boise State's head coach was talking about with the illegal pilfering of his players.
I mean, I think that we heard that from Trent Bray too at Oregon State, where he said, teams have been contacting our guys,
and they're not. I don't think they're whining.
No, they're just stating
Like, hey guys, and again,
the truth.
I think
and it really is. It's harder to prove too because it's
agents.
remember collectives aren't parts of the university, and agents are not the player themselves, and players have agents. Schools have collectives. It's a messy web that they've created, but you can really solve a pretty easy problem by making your calendar make sense.